Hello, my name is Diane, and today I'm going to tier rank every book I read in 2022. I read over 100 books, so I'm not going to spend much time at all talking about any of them. I'm not going to give synopsises. I might give a couple opinions of what I think of them to kind of explain where I'm ranking them, but beyond that, I'm not going to get too in-depth on anything. I normally don't give books star ratings either, so I've never really looked at all of the books I read last year and been able to tell at a glance how they stack up to one another. So I think this will be really interesting for me to see which books from the entire year I liked a lot more than the others and which ones maybe I didn't like or didn't like as much as I thought I did. Because sometimes when you've had a little time away from a book, your opinion on it changes. So let's get started. I took out any nonfiction and any books that I DNF'd, and I'm pretty sure that they're in the order that I read them now. So for the tiers, starting at the bottom, I have no idea what you're talking about. Once in a while I read a book, and then when I see it later, I have no recollection of ever having read it. I don't think that'll be the case for anything I read last year, but you never know, so I wanted to have that category there in case there's something that I don't even remember reading at all. No thanks are books that I'm good without. I didn't really like them. Don't need them around. It is what it is. If a book's just okay, maybe it did what it set out to do, but that thing wasn't really for me. Usually I can see why a book would work for other people, even if it didn't work for me at all. So these are books that are just okay. They were fine. They are what they are. I like it. Pretty self-explanatory. These are books I liked. They don't really stand out. I'm probably not recommending them very much, but I did enjoy them. Good stuff are the books I really liked. I had a great time reading them. I probably recommend them. And Simply the Best is obviously my favorites. The books that I think did what they set out to do, and they did it really well. For most of these, they're books that I still think about, even if I read them at the beginning of the year. The real standouts of the year. So let's get started. The first book I read was The Eye of the World, the first book in the Wheel of Time series. I read the entire series for the first time in the first 6 months of the year, so a lot of the books from the series really run together in my memory. But I do remember this one. I would put it in good stuff. I think it, yeah. Anywhere Project Hail Mary. I really liked this. I think, was it the best? I'm gonna put it in good stuff for now. I don't have that many favorites. That's part of the reason I don't do star ratings. I always save the 5 stars for like favorites, and I just don't normally have that many. I'm very reserved with my 5 stars. Like I'm gonna run out of them. The Last Kingdom. I did really like it. I thought it was really good. But I'm just gonna put it in I like it. Maybe that's because I've already seen the show, so I already knew the story. I was just experiencing it in a different format for me. I like it. Assassin's Quest. Assassin's Quest is the last book in the Farseer trilogy. I really enjoyed it. It's super slow paced. The ending's kind of crazy, but I like it. I like it. The Great Hunt. I That was a good one. A Natural History of Dragons. This is another series. It's real up and down. For this one, I like it. Is it good stuff? Yeah. I think that was my favorite one from the whole series. Solutions and Other Problems. Right in the middle. I'm gonna say this one's good stuff. I think I liked her other book better. Dragon Reborn. I also really like this, but I feel like the first 3 books in the series follow very similar structure. So this one I don't think hit as hard as the other 2. I like it. How's Moving Castle? That's good stuff. The Tropic of Serpents. I liked this. Yeah, I did. I did like it. The Book of Zarek by Stephen Brust. I liked that. The Shadow Rising might have been my favorite book from the series. Methinks. Simply the Best. Let's get somebody in there. Fires of Heaven. Hands down my least favorite book from the whole Wheel of Time series. It is what it is. It's mostly Rand and Nynaeve, and I liked Nynaeve in the start and then really just didn't care about her at all. And then Rand's fine. Obviously he's the hero of the story, but he was definitely not my favorite. It is what it is. Red Queen. I enjoyed this, but it's YA, and YA doesn't really do a whole lot for me anymore. I liked it, but I'm going to say it is what it is. We Hunt the Flame. I was really disappointed in this, actually. So, sorry. Graceling is another YA. And I thought I was going to hate it. Why did I read it? I don't know. I liked it. I was laughing out loud reading it, which it is what it is. I liked it, but it is what it is. And then The Heart of Betrayal is similar. I didn't really like The Kiss of Deception, except the ending, which I don't know why I'm still reading the series. It is what it is. It was a lot better than the first book, in my opinion. However, The Voyage of the Basilisk. This was my least favorite from the series. Lord of Chaos. I also really liked. A Crown of Swords. This is where they all start running together. I think I really liked that one. In the Labyrinth of Drakes, that was my second favorite from the series. Red Sister, Simply the Best. That's an easy one. The Path of Daggers, I don't know. I cannot remember which one's which at that point. And then Within the Sanctuary of Wings, the divisive series conclusion. I liked it. I didn't In the Labyrinth of Drakes like it. I liked the way it ended. Winter's Heart. Yeah. Turning Darkness into Light. The companion novel to Lady Trent. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. The Library of the Dead. That was a good one. Castle in the Air. The sequel to Howl's Moving Castle. Wasn't into it. Kind of really bummed about it. She Who Became the Sun. One of my biggest disappointments of the year. It started so good, but it didn't stay good. Crossroads of Twilight. Right? Is that the second to last one? No, we're not even close. Crossroads of Twilight. Liked it. Sure. Yeah. The Black Tongue Thief. I don't think it's not a favorite. It was really good though. Knife of Dreams. Where are we in the Wheel of Time series? No idea. Book 11. Okay, this is the last one Robert Jordan wrote, all by his lonesome. I liked it. It was good. House in the Cerulean Sea. I don't like it. Very popular. This one's very popular. But I liked the kids. Didn't like the book. Gathering Storm. This is when Brandon Sanderson took over. I liked it. Yeah. I didn't love it. It was fine. I'm just kidding. It was good. It was good. Next row. Spear by Nicola Griffith. It is what it is. I was kind of disappointed by it, honestly. It just wasn't that engaging for me. The writing style wasn't working for me, so I never got super into that story. But it's good. Towers of Midnight. I think I could live without that one. And then A Memory of Light. The series finale. I gotta say Good Stuff. Is it the best? No. Anne of Green Gables. I liked. Very, very not my usual read, but I liked it. Nettle and Bone, my first Tea Kingfisher. There are a few more coming up. I liked this. I feel like this is the one everyone raves about. And I liked it, but it's my least favorite Tea Kingfisher that I've read so far. Which really isn't saying much because I've liked all of them. The Bone Orchard. This one was so good. Was it simply the best? So stingy with my top tier. I'm gonna let it hang on up there for a bit. I might move it down. We'll see. Spindle Splintered. I think I liked this. Yeah. Yeah. The Huntress, this one was really good. Not a big historical fiction reader. I generally don't get on with the genre for some reason. That one was great. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? This book was so good. We gotta get some more books up here. I feel like I have so many books left. I might move these two down. The Bone Orchard and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. I'm fine with them being up there. House of Many Ways. This one's simply the best. That's the third book in the House trilogy, and I liked it the most. Half a King. Now everything's just going up into simply the best. Now another one. The Lost Apothecary, that was another one. It's half historical fiction, half contemporary, two genres I don't typically gravitate towards. I don't know how I feel about this top tier now. Because I see what's coming up. The Land That Time Forgot is so dated. But I love this trope. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. There's too many. These aren't all simply the best. Hold on. I don't know. This is why I don't read books. I'll review them. Love reviewing them. This is rough. Clockwork Boys. Good stuff. Easy. Wonder Engine, obviously. Minor Mage was one of my favorite books of the year, so The Blade itself, good stuff. Can't be a favorite because it's a setup. It's a setup book, and those, I like them, but they're not my favorites. They can't be. Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. Good stuff. Hyperbole and a Half. Simply the best. Good stuff. Good stuff. This is Our Lady of Mysterious Ailments. Where did I put it? It's the sequel to The Library of the Dead. I liked it. Yeah. Amended. It is what it is. That's the sequel to A Spindle Splintered. I don't know if there's going to be more books after that one. It was fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just did nothing for me. Half the World. Not as good as Half a King. It was good. I liked it. Yeah. Yeah. Finlay Donovan is killing it. Simply the best. This might hurt. It is what it is. Yeah, a lot of lead up. Not a lot of satisfaction at the end. New Spring is the prequel to A Wheel of Time. want to put it in good stuff. But no. Finley Donovan knocks him dead. Good stuff. A Song for the Wild-Built. I liked it. The writing style is a little too direct for me. I mostly, in hindsight, I think I mostly just like Mouse Cat. So, yeah. Yeah, that feels good. Heartstopper. Very not my type of story. But I'm enjoying it. This is another one I don't know one volume from the next because I'm not reading the published volumes. I'm reading it online. So I wasn't clear while I was reading it where each book started and ended. I'm gonna say I like it. I'm still reading it for some reason. I feel like I have no stake in what happens or when the next book comes out. It doesn't really matter to me at all. But I liked it. Half a War. I liked it. I feel like I liked each book in this series less. There's too much in the last book. Unseen, simply the best. That book is so cool. It's a audio graphic novel. There's no physical visual graphic novel tied to it. It's entirely audio, which is really contradictory, but it's so cool. They have like the sound effects in it. You can tell when it's switching from one panel to the next. Very cool experience. Definitely recommend that. Simply the best. I've never seen anything else like it. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I really liked this a lot. But is it the best? I feel like I'm being overly generous with the books I think are simply the best. Let me see. Dare I? Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. Game of Thrones, simply the best. 6 Crimson Cranes. I liked it. It was good. The Tea Dragon Society. Good stuff. More Heartstopper. At this point, I gotta put it in. It is what it is. Yeah, we gotta split up. We gotta split up the series. Too much kissing, not enough drama. Nevermore. Last year was my first time reading middle grade, and I've got a book from each in simply the best. The Maid. Really disappointing ending. Kind of similar to This Might Hurt. A lot of lead up, not a lot of satisfaction in the ending. But I think This Might Hurt was more interesting. That feels good. No thanks. Sheets. Good stuff. For the Wolf. This is one that I know for a fact I read. I was not memorable at all. But that doesn't mean it was bad. It is what it is. Wondersmith. Good stuff. Hollowpox. Good stuff. The Midnight Lie is another one. I actually saw this cover last week and thought, ooh, that looks good, and then said, oh, I did read that. Similar to For the Wolf, not necessarily bad, just not very memorable for me. Hack Slash. I liked this, but I don't know what point, there's too many storylines within the series, and I don't know where this fell, but it clearly wasn't the beginning. So, I felt like I didn't know everything I needed to know going into it. The Little Prince. Good stuff. Holic. I liked this. I'm never going to finish reading it. But I liked it. A Prayer for the Crown Shy. I don't feel like I can separate that from A Song for the Wild Bill, but similar thing. Love Mosscap. I don't know. He carried the story for me. The Alchemist. Good stuff. Could be the best. I don't think it is, just for me. Genre-wise. Fry Bread, I like it. With the Fire on High, this is where we're getting into the holidays. I like it. It is what it is. It is what it is. I did like it. Again, too young for me. I'm too old. What is this? Brownies and Broomsticks. It is what it is. It was fine. Manhunt was fine. Gingerbread is so weird. I liked it. Is it good stuff? I don't know. I don't think I understood it enough to call it good stuff, but I had fun with it. I liked it. Anne Perry, Christmas Legacy. My favorite thing about reading a billion Christmas books was finding Anne Perry. I'm gonna say this is simply the best. I think that was my favorite of all the Christmas books I read. Skipping Christmas, I liked it. Christmas for a Kitten is so cute. I liked it. The Fox and the Star, also so cute. I liked it. The Christmas Box. I didn't like it. Why is it so popular? I'll never know. You know what? No thanks. The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. That's good stuff. That was a good one. What is this? Highland Christmas. I liked it. I think it was too small of a story. I don't know. The Christmas shoes. I don't like it. I thought it was gonna be way sadder than it was. No thanks. A Christmas Story. Good stuff. I've run out of room in this category. I'm just gonna pile them on top of each other. This is The Christmas Bookshop. This was not at all what I thought it was gonna be. But did I like it? I liked it. Yeah. Christmas Carol. Good stuff. The 12 Deaths of Christmas. I'm going to say it is what it is. I liked the narrative. I didn't like the mystery, which is kind of the point, but whatever. Hercule Poirot's Christmas, good stuff. Michael Crichton, Jurassic Park, simply the best. Okay, last row. Christmas Wedding Guest. Which one was this? I read a book called The Christmas Wedding Guest and The Christmas Wedding. Oh, I know what this one was. The fact that I don't remember what book this is should say a lot. I'm gonna say it is what it is because I liked one of the sisters and I really didn't care at all about the other one. This is 12 Days of Christmas. I weirdly liked this a lot until the romance really began. Too much, too fast. I liked it. The Christmas Mystery. No thanks. I hated the main character. Anne Perry, again, A Christmas Escape. Good stuff. Christmas Carol Murder. I didn't like it. But how much did I not like it? No thanks. I didn't like it at all. I'll Be Home for Christmas. I don't even remember how I felt about this. I'm gonna say it is what it is. I remember it. I think there's a character backstory that I was missing, and you know, Starry Night is so absurd. But was it bad? No. I think I like Debbie May Cummer's writing, but I don't like the genre that she writes in. I'm gonna say it is what it is. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of things wrong with it. Whatever. One Snowy Night. Not nearly as raunchy as I expected, but still, I'm good. Thank you. Really not my genre. The Christmas Train. Just not a likable main character. Completely absurd plot. Again, like The Christmas Box, I don't know why it's so popular. I don't like Christmas stories. That's probably why. The Christmas Wedding. It is what it is. I liked the children's stories. The mother's role and everything was so ridiculous. I can't forgive it. Always in December, the most absolutely tragic romance I've ever come across, and I enjoyed it. Good stuff. No happy endings here. The Dragon's Promise. The sequel to Six Crimson Cranes. Where did I put that? I put that and I like it. I liked this less, but I still liked it. Right? I don't know how I feel about anything. happens in this book. I read it so recently. This is the second to last book I read. Wait a minute. I don't know. I don't have no idea what happens in that book. There we go. But I liked it. Demon in the Wood. Good stuff. Yeah. Alright. How do I feel about this? Wow, this is a lot more evenly dispersed than I would have expected. Because overall, I feel really good about everything I read last year. Like, even the stuff in It Is What It Is. Some of them I definitely like more than others. I'm not ranking anything within the tiers because I'm not ranking them, I'm tier ranking them. So they're not in order within the tiers, they're just in the tiers that they're in. You know? I don't know. This is too many books. This is very overwhelming to look at. There's too many of them. And I read a lot of different genres. I read a lot of things outside of my comfort zone, which I think is why there's so much even distribution of what I liked versus what I don't want to say I didn't like them, but they weren't for me. So, yeah, I think I feel good about this. I feel good about where everything is. I don't know, maybe if I did this again, in hindsight, I'd probably move things lower as things stick with my memory and things don't, but that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy them now. I enjoyed them when I read them. This is how I feel about them in this moment of time. This is so overwhelming to look at. This is too many book covers. Just in a big pile. Alright, so that is pretty much everything I read in 2022 in the tiers that I currently think they belong in. I think I can really only handle looking at the top and the bottom ones, and I feel pretty comfortable with how those are, so everything in the middle is probably fine too. But yeah, that's everything I read. That's very briefly how I felt about everything I read. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these. I'd love to hear that. And thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.